Welcome, guys. This is Monster from Sydney. Hope you're well. Welcome to another attempt at defeating the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, guys. This is attempt number 2. This is a series of videos and stuff that I'll be making as I play through the fighting fantasy role-playing books, I suppose, which I've been a massive fan of since I was a young kid, and I've bought the new edition of them. This is book number 1. It's called the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Essentially, you play the role of a hero. It's a choose-your-own adventure with some combat mechanics. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of fighting fantasy, but again, it had a massive impact on my life. Check out my previous video. I've never completed this book. I've never killed the Warlock of Firetop Mountain ever in my whole life, and I've got a video on YouTube where I go through my first playthrough. So you can see here I've already mapped out some of the dungeon. That's the starting point. Pretty much I had a pretty weak character rolled. He only had a skill of 7, which is pretty low. There's a maximum skill of 12. And a minimum of 7, so I had the worst skilled character you could possibly roll. And we went up this passage, this kind of northwestern passage, and there was 3 rooms, which I think I'm going to go again because there was a bronze key in one of these middle rooms. And then my character got to this room here, which I've mapped out, which had 5 orcs in it, and I was just overwhelmed because of my low skill. We tried to go to this eastern passageway as well, but that had a locked door and I wasn't strong enough to burst through that door. So I do want to check out what's there as well. So first things first though, we've got to get our character rolled, which is quite simple in fighting fantasy. All you need to play this game is 2 dice 6. I think I'm a bit superstitious. I'll go with these dice for now. Not sure if you can see them on the camera, but there we go. So skill is essentially you roll 1 die 6 and you add 6 to it. So again, the minimum is 7 and the highest is 12. My last character had a skill of 7, which is shit. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let me just put my screen. Let's roll the skill. Wish me luck, guys. Hopefully I get higher than 7. That would be nice. 3. Okay. A skill of 9 in the middle. Let's write that down. Not bad. Skill of 9. Now for luck, it's the same thing. You roll a die 6 and you add 6 to it. So again, it's from 7 till 12, the scale of luck. A 2. A luck of 8. Not the best. And now we roll our stamina, which is 2 dice and 2 die 6, and you add 12. So it's minimum of 14 hit points, because stamina is essentially your hit points, to a maximum of 24 hit points. So let's see what we roll. 7 plus 12 is 19. Not too bad. And I'm going to name this guy. I'm not going to name him Conan. I'm going to name him Gru. His name is Gru. And we've also got, you start off in most fighting fantasy games with 10 provisions. Each provision restores 4 stamina points, so they're really good for healing, obviously. You got a backpack. I've got a sword. I've got a leather armor. And I get to choose 1 potion, a skill potion, a luck potion, or a stamina potion. Because provisions give me so much healing, I'm not going to choose a stamina potion. I'm going to choose a luck potion. So that restores my luck back to 8. Alright. So that's my character. His name is Gru. We've already mapped out some of the dungeon from our first playthrough where we died. So let's get started. Let's start the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, which I've never been able to defeat in my whole life. So let's just read. There's a wonderful map of the fighting fantasy world called Alancia, and we're actually here at Firetop Mountain. Cool bananas. Alright, I'll read the background again. This is playthrough number 2. So just bear with me as I read this out. So we understand why we're here. It's just 2 pages. So only a foolhardy adventurer would embark upon such a perilous quest without first finding out as much as possible about the mountain and its treasures. Before your arrival at the foot of Firetop Mountain, you spent several days with the townsfolk of a local village, some 2 days journey from the base. Being a likable sort of person, you found it easy to get on with the local peasants. Although they told many stories about the mysterious Warlock Sanctuary, you could not feel sure that all or indeed any of these were based on fact. The villagers had seen many adventurers pass through on their way to the mountain, but very few ever returned. The journey ahead was extremely dangerous, that you knew for certain. Of those who returned to the village, none contemplated going back to Firetop Mountain. There seems to be some truth in the rumor that the Warlock's treasure was stored in a magnificent chest with 2 locks, and the keys to these locks were guarded by various creatures within the dungeon. That's why I'm going to go back to the same room that I went to on my first playthrough, because there's a key in that room. So I don't know if that's the key for the chest, but better than nothing. Let me see if I can get some lights. Bit more light on the book there. Cool. Alright. So the Warlock has got a chest, some treasure, has 2 locks on it. The Warlock himself was a sorcerer of great power. Some described him as old, others as young. Some said his power came from an enchanted deck of cards, others from the silky black gloves that he wore. The entrance to the mountain was guarded by a pack of warty-faced goblins, stupid creatures fond of their food and drink. Towards the inner chamber, the creatures became more fearsome. To reach the inner chambers, you would have to cross a river, which we didn't get to in our last playthrough, that's for sure. The ferry service was regular, but the ferryman enjoyed a good barter, so you should save a gold piece for the trip. The locals also encourage you to keep a good map of your wanderings, for without a map you would end up hopelessly lost within the mountain. When it came to your day of leaving, the whole village turned out to wish you a safe journey. Tears came to the eyes of many of the women, young and old alike. But not the men, huh? Just the women. You couldn't help wondering whether they were tears of sorrow shed by eyes which would never see you alive again. So we need a gold piece, and again, these 3 rooms that we mapped out on our first playthrough, one of them had a gold piece in it, another one had a key in it, so we're going to hit these rooms up again. Again, I died in this room here in my last playthrough, which is again on YouTube, you can check it out. 5 orcs was a bit too much for my previous character. Let's go, guys. And there is the entrance to Firetop Mountain. You know what I should do? Cool. At last, your 2-day hike is over. You unsheath your sword, lay it on the ground, sigh with relief as you lower yourself down on the mossy rocks to sit for a moment's rest. You stretch, rub your eyes, and finally look up at Firetop Mountain. The very mountain itself looks menacing. The steep face in front of you looks to have been savaged by the claws of some gargantuan beast, which you can see there. Dragon, maybe. At the top of the mountain, you can see the eerie red coloring, probably some strange vegetation, which has given the mountain its name. So it's not a volcano, it's just got like vegetation at the top of the mountain. Perhaps no one will ever know exactly what grows up there, as climbing the peak must surely be impossible. Your quest lies ahead of you. Across the clearing is a dark cave entrance. You pick up your sword, get to your feet, consider what dangers may lie ahead of you. But with determination, you thrust your sword home into its scabbard and approach the cave. You peer into the gloom to see dark, slimy walls with pools of water on the stone floor in front of you. The air is cold and dank. You light your lantern and step warily into the blackness. Cobwebs brush your face and you hear the scurrying of tiny feet, rats most likely. You set off into the cave. After a few yards, you arrive at a junction where you turn west or east. So essentially, that's where we were here. That's the starting point. I want to go check out this door in the hope that I can come back and go this way. So I want to go east to break down this goddamn door. 278. The passageway soon comes to an end at a locked wooden door. You listen at the door, but you hear nothing. Will you try to charge the door down? If so, turn to 156. So I'm going to try and charge the door down. 156. You charge the door down with your shoulder. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is less than or equal to your skill, so I've got to roll 2d6 and get less than my skill, which is 9. Last time it was 7, and I failed this attempt. So let's see if Gru can do any better. Ready, guys? Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Again, I rolled a 10. God damn it. So we still don't know what's here, guys. We still don't know what's here. So we're going back the other way, just like last time. God damn. 92. You arrive back at the junction in the passage. You look left to see the cave entrance in the distance, but you walk straight, turn to 71. So we're going west. There is a right-hand turn to the north in the passage, which we've already drawn. Cautiously, you approach a sentry post on the corner, and as you look in, you can see a strange goblin-like creature in leather armor asleep at his post. You can try to tiptoe past them, test your luck. I'd rather not test my luck, but I don't have an option not to, because every time you test your luck, you lose a luck point. I'd rather just, to be honest, I've got a skill of 9. I'm pretty confident I can take on a goblin. But let's test our luck. So we want to roll low. So 2d6, and I got to get less than 8, which is my luck. Wish me luck. Wish me luck for my luck. 5, 6, 7. That's less than 8. So I'm lucky, which is great. And I reduce my luck point down to 7. $301. So I sneak past the goblin, which I think, yeah, there's a little goblin. I'm going to put a little G here on the corner because there is a goblin here. G is for goblin, O is for orcs at the moment. To your left on the west face of the passage, there is a rough cut wooden door. You listen at the door and you can hear a rasping sound, which may be some sort of creature snoring. I do want to open the door. We're going to search all of these 3 rooms as we go up. Exactly what I did last time. 82. The door opens to reveal a small and smelly room. In the center of the room is a rickety wooden table on which stands a lit candle. Underneath the table is a small wooden box. And all of these 3 rooms that I was pointing out on my map, they all I think they're the barracks for the goblins. I said this in my previous stream. Sleep on a straw mattress. They all have a table with a candle on it and a straw mattress. Anyway, the sleep on a straw mattress is the far corner of the room. Is a short, stocky creature with an ugly, warty face. The same sort of creature that you found asleep at the sentry post. He must be the guard for the night watch. You may either return to the corridor, press northwards, or creep into the room and try to take the box without waking the creature. Again, I don't have an option to kill the guy, which is what I would prefer, but we'll test our luck. We've got to roll below 7. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. We rolled an 8. So you still get penalized. My luck is down to 6, but we were unlucky. If we're unlucky, turn to 33. I think it's going to wake up the guard. Oh, it's an orc. The sleeping creature awakens startled. He jumps up and rushes at you unarmed. With your sword, you should be able to defeat him, but his sharp teeth look rather vicious. You may escape through the door or stand and fight the orc. I'm going to stand and fight the orc. Skill of 6, stamina of 4, so he can take 2 hits. I won't write down his stamina, I'll just keep it in my brain, because hopefully I can do that. So let's roll for the creature first. So in combat, you roll 2 dice 6 and you add your skill. And then I roll 2 dice 6, I add my skill. Whoever gets the highest total reduces the opponent by 2 stamina points. Let's roll for the orc. A 5 plus his skill, which is 6, is 11. I hope my math is correct. I probably will make some mistakes, guys. Now we roll for me. I've got to get higher than an 11 total with a 9. That's pretty much guaranteed. A 2 and a 1 is 12. So I hit him once. He's now down to 2 stamina points. We do this again. The orc strikes with a 10. That's a strong attack. Plus 6 is 16. I have to beat 16. I've got a skill of 9. Let's go, baby. I rolled a 4. Plus 9 is 13. So he actually wounds me. And that's not good. I do not want to get wounded so early in the game. We're now down to 17 hits. Let's go. Orc strikes again with a skill of 6. We rolled a 3 and a 1, which is 4, which is a total of 10. I've got a skill of 9 plus 6 is 15. So I kill the orc. Nice. Orc is slayed. Skill of 6 is pretty weak. But then again, my skill of 9 is good, but it's not the best. Anyway, if you defeat those, you may take the box. Turn to 147. You leave the room, open the box in the passage. Inside you find a single piece of gold and a small mouse, which must have been the creature's pet. You keep the coin and you release the mouse, which scurries off, and you get 2 luck points back. So I got my 2 luck points back, and my luck is back up to 8. I've got 1 gold piece. I'll just put that here. 1 GP. Beautiful. I might, in the box, I might add some detail to this map. 1 gold piece. 1 gold piece, which is useful for the ferryman. Go to 208. We're going to go up to the next room, and I'm going to go in as well. Further up the passage along the west wall, you see another door. You listen at it, but you hear nothing. If you want to try opening the door, again, that's this now second room that I mapped out on my first playthrough. So let's do that. 397. All the way to the end. The door opens to reveal a small room with a stone floor, dirty walls. Again, there is a stale smell in the air. In the center of the room is another wooden table Another candle on it. Under the table is a small box. In the far corner of the room is a straw mattress. You know what? I reckon this is the room of the goblin that was guarding the passageway when we first walked in. That's why it's empty. So I'm going to open the box, definitely. 240. We already know what's in it, don't we? Oh no, there's a snake. That's right. The box is light, but something rattles within. You open the lid and a small snake darts out, bite your wrist. You must first bite the snake. It's got a skill of 5. So it's got less skill than the orc and only a stamina of 2. So I've got to only hit him once. So skill of 5. The snake's attack roll. Let's go. That's a strong attack by the snake. That's a 15 total. I've got a skill of 9 plus 8 is 17. So we kill the snake. Nice. Well done, Moz. Turn to 145. The box has fallen to the ground during your fight with the snake, and out of it has fallen a bronze-colored key with the number 99. You may take this key with you. Bronze key. With a number 99. I don't know if that's the key for I don't know if that's the key for the Warlock's chest, but it might be. We gain a luck point, but we've already maxed out our luck at 8. So that kind of gets wasted, I suppose. And we keep going north along this passage. 2363. 363. Again, further up the passage, on the west wall, you see another similar door. You listen at the door and grimace to hear the worst singing you have ever heard in your life. Do we want to go into the room and investigate this hideous din? Yes, we do. 370. And that's what we see. Orcs sitting at a table. The door opens to reveal a small room. The room is dirty and unkept. A straw mattress lies in the corner again. In the center of the room is a wooden table upon which a candle burns, lighting the room with its flickering flame. A small box rests under the table. Seated around the table are 2 small creatures with warty skin, dressed in leather armor. They're drinking some sort of grog, and by the way they stagger to their feet on your arrival, you assume they are very drunk. You may either draw your sword and leap forward at them or slam the door. I'm going to attack them because I know there's a box here with some sort of dragon spell book. So I'm going to attack them. 116. Let's go. $116. The 2 drunken orcs you now face are obviously startled at your entrance, and as quickly as they are able, they fumble around for the weapons. You must attack each one in turn. The drunkenness allows you to add 1 point to your dice roll when rolling to work out your attack strength. Great. Essentially, I've got a skill of 10 for fighting these 2 because they're drunk. And have you noticed that orcs are small in the world of fighting fantasy? Typically, goblins are small, orcs are human size, but in this world of Alancia, it seems like orcs are almost equally as small as goblins, which is interesting. I won't record down the stats, I'll keep it in my brain. Pretty much skill of 5, which is as bad as the snake's skill. So you fight each one at a time. So let's go with the first orc. He's got a skill of 5. So let's get the battle underway. He rolled a 7. Plus 5 is 12. I've got a skill of 9. 6 plus 9 is 15. So we reduce here, we hit him once. The first orc's now down to 2 stamina points. Again, second strike. The orc rolls an 8. Plus 5 is 13. I respond with a 4. Plus 9 is also 13. So that's equal. That's a draw, guys. So no one loses any health. And we roll again. First orc is putting up a fight. He's rolling some decent numbers as well. He rolled an 8. 8 plus 5 again is 13. I got to roll some numbers here. Okay, I rolled a 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. So I killed the first orc, is now dead. And now we're going on to the second orc, who's got a skill of 5 and a stamina of 5 as well. Stamina of 5 means that he needs 3 hits to go down. This one here, second orc. Oh my god, he rolled a double 6. God damn it. A double 6 plus 5 is 12 plus 5 is 17. I'm going to roll some big numbers. My response is with a 9. Wow. Awesome. 9 plus 9 is 18. I actually end up damaging him. He's now down to 3 stamina hits. Nice. He rolls. Man, they're rolling nice numbers, man. 8 plus 5 is 13. I respond with 9 plus, I rolled a 6, is 15. Therefore, I hit him again. He's now down to 1 stamina point. He rolled a 5 with his skill of 5, gives a total of 10. I rolled a 6 plus my skill of 9, gives me a total of 15. So I kill him, and I didn't take any wounds. Killed both orcs. If you win the battle, turn to 378. Let's go. Doing okay. You wipe your bloodied sword on the mattress. The green blood leaves a slimy stain on the straw. So we now know that orcs have green blood. Stepping over the bodies towards the table, you flinch at the foul stench of the creatures. You pick up the box from under the table and you examine it. It is a small wooden box with crude hinges. The name Furigo de Maggio is inscribed on a brass template. If you wish to open the box, which we certainly do because I know there's a book in there, 296. The box contains a small leather-bound book entitled The Making and Casting of Dragon Fire. Let's write that down. Book. Making and casting dragon fire. And what was the guy's name? Furigo de Maggio. By this pen's kind of dying. Let me see if I can use this one. This one's just as bad. What about this one? Or I could use a blue pen. By much better. Firigo DiMaggio. Okay, that's a book. That's a key. 1 gold piece. Alright guys, we're kind of like where we were on my first playthrough, where we explored these rooms, which I think are just the barracks. But I mean, considering it's early in the dungeon and we found a brass key and a book of dragon spell, I mean, that's pretty useful. Now we're going to go up in this area and see if we can get a bit further than last time. Let's read this. We didn't quite read this. The book is written in tiny handwriting by Firigo DiMaggio. In it, he tells the story of his life's work. The creation of the dragon fire spell with which to fight evil dragons. You read how in his last years, Firigo finally perfected his spell, but by then was too old to make use of it. So he completed his book, locked it in a chest, and hid it in the depths of Firetop Mountain, afraid that it might fall into the wrong hands. I wonder if the Warlock was here I wonder if the Warlock even knows this book exists under his nose. The last page reads this. Oh, we got a bit of a picture of a page. And so, you who now hold this book, you have my life's work in your hand. The power of destruction is yours if you wish it, but do not waste it. Unless you use the spell for the purpose for which it was intended, you shall be consumed by evil itself. Okay. So, it's kind of telling me don't use the book. Okay. Or you get consumed by evil. And die by the fire from within your own hands. So this can backfire if I use it with the wrong intentions. Remember, only when the dragon breathes fire should you raise your arms and say, Ekul Erif Exam Ekam Erif DiMaggio. You say these words slowly and softly. Suddenly the pages seem to glow. And as this glow disappears, so do the words on the pages of the book. You repeat the spell to yourself to memorize it and leave the room. Do I need to memorize this? I'm going to come back to this because I'm going to pretend I've written it down somewhere, but I'm not going to actually write it down. It's on page 297. Go from there. Alright, let's leave the room and continue on our way deeper into the dungeon. 42. You eventually arrive at the end of the passage at a three-way junction. Okay, that's where we were here. This three-way passage here. And last time we went west. And there's 5 orcs that... this time... I'm gonna go west and... No, let's go east. Let's go west, sorry. You may turn either to the west or to the east. I'm going to go to the west, 257. Let's at least explore something new. The passage runs straight for several meters and then ends at a wooden door. You listen to the door and you hear angry shouting coming from within. So there's a door, east. There's the door. I'm going to go in. I think being nosy is a good thing, I think. I've learned. Maybe not so much as you get deeper into the dungeon, but we'll see. Famous last words. Okay, this is not good. If this is the artwork for what we're encountering, that's not good. You open the door to a large room. A large chair behind a solid-looking table suggests to you that someone or something of rank uses this room. So it's an office of some sort, is it? A chest in the center catches your eye. In a corner of the room stands a man-sized creature with a warty face. Yeah, that's him. Standing over a smaller creature of similar race. With the whip in his hand, the orc chieftain has been beating his servant who is whimpering beneath him. Will you attack them both? Spring at the chieftain in the hope that his servant will aid you? Or leave the room and head back? Can you trust the orcs? There he is. So, I am wrong. Last time we said that orcs were small, but here it's saying a man-sized creature with... So orcs can be man-sized. They have different sizes. There you go. It's got a whip. Surely that can't do shit to me. I'm going to try and get the chieftain and hope the servant will aid me, but I have no trust. So I'm going to go 65. I actually think... I don't think an orc's going to help. I think this is going to backfire, but let's... 65. As you spring at the chieftain, his servant rises to his feet, picks up a hefty wooden stick, and joins the melee. But to your disappointment, he attacks you, ungrateful wretch. Seeing this, you may escape through the door or continue the fight. Okay, I'm going to continue the fight. And let's update the map, shall we? Two times orcs. Orc chief. So it's quite obvious, right? This is where the orcs and goblins, they have their barracks. This is where they reside at the beginning of the dungeon. We know there's 5 orcs in that room. Down that passageway. We're currently here. So lots of orcs and goblins to deal with. $372. I'm going to take them both on. I don't know how strong a chieftain is. How strong is an orc chieftain? Okay. The battle commences. Orc chieftain, skill 7. That's the high skill. And a stamina of 6. His servant, skill 5, stamina of 3. Let's start with the chieftain first. This will be slightly tougher. Hopefully we'll get a bit lucky. Alright, it's got a skill of 7 plus 6 is 13. I respond with an attack strength of 9 plus 11, which is definitely higher than 13. He's now down to 4 hit points. Down to 4 hit points. Okay, another attack by the orc chieftain. Oof, that's a strong attack, ladies and gents. That's an 11 plus 7 is 18. He's got an attack strength of 18. I have to roll 9 and above. Let's see what I respond with. Oh my god. I roll a 9 plus my skill of 9 equals 18. So we parry each other's blow. Wonderful. He rolls again. 8 this time plus 7 is 15. Tell you what, fighting fantasy books are great for your mathematics. 15. So I've got to roll a... I've got to get above 15. I've got a skill of 9. So 9 plus 5 is what I rolled. Plus my skill of 9 is 14. So he actually wounds me. I'll lose another 2 stamina hit points, bringing my stamina down to 15. Orc chieftain, you bastard. Alright, the orc chieftain strikes again. This time he rolled a 3, which is weak, plus his skill is a total of 10. This will be easy for me to overcome. Oh my god, I rolled a double 6. Huge response, but maybe I needed that double 6 maybe for another time. But anyway, I wound him, so now he's down to 2 hit points. Orc Chieftain is down to 2 hit points. Orc Chieftain strikes with a 9. Oh. 9 plus his skill, which is 7, is 16. So his attack strength is 16. I respond with an 8. And plus my skill of 9 is 17. So I do another 2 hit points. And the Orc Chieftain is now dead. Awesome. Now moving on to his servant, who's got a skill of 5. And a stamina of 3. This guy should be a lot easier to defeat. We'll see. His servant attacks me with a 7. Plus 5 is 12. His attack strength of 12. I roll. I got an 8. Plus my skill of 9 is much higher than 12. That's for sure. So we do 2 hits. He's down to 1 hit point. The servant. He attacks again. He rolled a total of 6 plus 5 is 11. I've got a skill of 9 plus. I roll a 5, which is 14. I slay the servant as well. Not too bad. I killed them both, but I did get 1 wound. But hey ho. I might actually, now that I'm out of combat, I might eat one of my provisions. You get 10 provisions. I'm going to eat one of my provisions. It's food in my backpack. And each provision gives you 4 stamina points. So my stamina is going to go back up to 19. Okay. If you defeat them both, turn to 21. Nice. Is there any loot in this room? That's what I want to know. The green blood of the dead orcs smells foul as it seeps from their bodies. You step around the corpses and investigate the chest. It is a sturdy affair, made of strong oak and iron. It is firmly locked. You may try to smash the lock with your sword, or leave it alone and go through the open door. It's funny, I do have a key that I found, but it's not giving me an option to try the key on this lock. So, I mean, I'm going to try and smash the lock with my sword. Is it going to smash my sword if I fail? I got to give it a go. 339. I got to give it a go, guys. The lock was obviously inadequate. It flies off and lands on the floor several meters away. Nice. You lift up the heavy lid and your eyes widen as you see the gold sheen coming from within. A fair number of gold pieces are inside. In one corner lies a small black bottle with a tight glass stopper containing a liquid of some kind. Also in the chest is a silky black glove. But as you're admiring the treasure, you hear a soft click and a wince in pain as a small dart shoots forward into your stomach. Roll 1 die and subtract this number of points from your stamina to determine the effect of the poison. If you are still alive, far out, Brussels sprout. I just got poisoned. 1 die 6 damage. 1 hit point, baby. Nice. I'll get away. I'm down to 18. 201. What is going on? Black gloves. They mentioned something about black gloves. You sink to the floor. You pull the dart out and decide to bandage the wound. This gives some relief, but you still feel weak. You decide to take it easy and examine the contents of the chest. But if you wish, you may eat some provisions here. There's 25 gold pieces, and the label on the bottle shows it to be a potion of invisibility. The glove is a mystery. Nice, guys. We now have 26 gold pieces. We have a potion of invisibility. And we have black silk gloves. Again, plush. I mean, how do I fit this on the map? I think I need a bigger book, but treasure. I'm gonna put love hearts around it so I remember next time to definitely come into this room and yeah, start. So we're here. Beautiful. Okay. Is there any other exits or is that it? Do we go back? 293. You arrive back at the junction in the passage and walk straight eastwards. Okay, cool. So now we've come back here and going in this direction. We're gonna... There's a room of 5 orcs there. 113. I don't feel like fighting the 5 orcs. I want to continue on. Probably go north. You arrive at another junction. You may either go northwards or continue eastwards. I'm going to ignore the 5 orc room and go north. Let's go north, 285. So we can make sure we map out some more stuff if we happen to die. Okay, cool. 285. There's a little skull here. You see a well-used door on the right-hand side. So if we go up north here, with your ear to the keyhole, you listen and hear a man screaming for help. I don't trust shit. So if we go up here, there's a door to the east. Do I go in? Will you open the door or walk? You know what? Let's open the door. 213. The door is locked. You may try to charge it down by rolling 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your skill score, the door bursts open. If the number is greater than your skill, the door remains and you lose 1 stamina point. Okay. You know, last time we did this... Hey, Meta! No, it's called Fighting Fantasy, man. It's like Choose Your Own Adventure, but with combat and stuff. This is the... These books, man, had a very large impact on my life. I got them when I was young. They've reprinted them. And this is the first book in the series called The Warlock of Firetop Mountain, which I've never been able to complete. It's a bitch. I've never been able to finish this book. So every Saturday, dude, I'm streaming myself playing this game, this book. My aim is to finish them all, but it will probably take me years if I could do it at all, because they're pretty hard. And I'm like mapping out the dungeon every time I play. I'm mapping it out so that at least I know what's going on, because you will get lost. But yeah, shit, I lost my place. Where am I? Here we go. The door is locked. Okay, I can try and bash this door down. I've got to roll 2 dice and get less than my skill to succeed. So my skill is 9, 2 dice 6. Let's go, bitches. 2 dice 6. I got to get 9 or less. You'd think that's fucking easy. Yes. Awesome. The door bursts open. Turn to 36. What the fuck is in this room? 36. Okay. Alright, I mean, I think that's for our paragraph. A wild head. Let's read first. The door bursts open and a nauseating stench hits your nostrils. Inside the room, the floor is covered with bones, rotting vegetation, and slime. Wonderful. A wild-haired old man, clothed in rags, rushes at you screaming. His beard is long and grey, and he is waving an old wooden chair leg. Is he simply insane as he appears, or has this been some kind of trap? You may either shout at him to try to calm him down, or draw your sword and attack him. Well, fuck me. I don't trust anyone. I don't think... I feel I'm not going to have a conversation with this guy. I'm just going to attack him. So let's update the map first. So this is a passageway that's going north. This was a room to the east. Old man. Oh, crazy old man. There's a human as well, which is a bit weird because all the guards here are orcs and goblins. I feel like... Oh, look, let's try and shout at him. 263. He's probably going to hit me on the head. Okay. There's a long paragraph. There's a long paragraph. Something's going to go down. You shout, "You are freed, old man," at the top of your voice. Instantly, his ranting ceases. He stops dead in his tracks and sinks to the floor, weeping loudly. As he gradually composes himself, he thanks you many times. You talk with him in the hope of discovering some of the secrets of the mountain, and he begins to tell his story. Many years ago, he was an adventurer like you in search of the Warlock's treasure. He was captured by orcs, thrown into his solitary cell as a sort of pet for the creatures. You ask whether he would like to accompany you into the mountain, but he simply wants to leave and see the world again. You ask him for advice, but he says he knows little. He advises you to pay your respects to the boatman. He tells you that you must pull the right-hand lever on the wall ahead to open the iron gate at the end of the passage. I'm going to write this shit down. Right hand lever. Okay. He also learned that the keys to the boathouse are guarded by a man and his dog. You shake hands, leave the room, and go separate ways. Add 1 luck point. I think my luck's already maxed out at 8, so I can't do anything. But that was actually a good call. Good call, man. He gave me info, and he was just a fellow adventurer like me that's been in prison here. I was wondering what a human was doing here. 314. Is that right? Yep. Okay, further up the passage, you see a door in the east wall. You listen hard, but you can hear no sound. Do you want to open the door or keep going up? So again, now we're going up here. And there's another room with a door on the east. At least we're mapping shit out. I'm willing to die. I just want to map more of this beast of a dungeon out. Where are we at? 314? I'm going to investigate the door. 223. I'm like more on a scouting mission this playthrough. 223. The door is firmly locked. You may try to force it open, or you may continue. I'm going to try to force it open. 53. You charge the door, hitting it squarely with your shoulder. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your skill, the door opens. If not, you lose a stamina point. Okay. I've got to roll again, less than 9. My skill is 9. You roll 2 dice 6. Hopefully I roll very low. Double ones. 6 plus 2 is 8, which is less than 9. Wonderful. I smashed through the door again, which is awesome. I think. Let's see what's behind this door. 155. Oh, lots of writing again. The door splits along its length, and you can wrench the timbers apart to let yourself in. A torch hangs from one wall, lighting up a small armory room stockpiled with swords, shields, helmets, daggers, breastplates, and the like. You examine the weaponry and find nothing appearing superior to your own sword. However, a circular iron shield with a golden crescent at its center catches your eye. You pick it up and feel its weight on your arm. If you wish to take this shield, it will aid you in battle by helping to fend off wound damage inflicted by a creature on you. If in future during a battle in which you are using this shield, a creature wounds you, you may throw a dice. If you throw a 6, the creature inflicts only 1 point of damage instead of the normal 2. If for some reason the creature would normally only inflict 1 point of damage, then a successful roll of 6 would mean that no damage is done. However, the shield is heavy and you will have to leave behind 1 item of equipment. I've got a backpack. 1 item of my equipment. I've got 10 provisions, or 9 provisions left. Backpack, sword, potion of invisibility. I've got a leather armor, 265 gold, luck potion, bronze key, a book of casting dragon fire, and black silk gloves. I'm assuming you can't drop the backpack. What if I drop my leather armor? Yeah, let's do that. Wait, is it an item in your backpack? 1 item of equipment. I mean, the leather armor doesn't technically do anything in this game. It's just like more for show. So I'm going to drop the leather armor and I'm going to have a shield with a golden crescent. So if I ever get damaged, I roll dice. If I roll 6, which is highly unlikely, but it might come in handy. The golden crescent might come in handy. You now leave the room and continue up the corridor, turn to 300. Alright, cool. So there's an armory. Let's draw that in. Armory. We're running out of space. That's okay. I've lost my place, guys. I ain't gonna lie, so I'm gonna quickly just look for that old man. Sometimes this happens to me when I lose my place. Let's quickly... Testing, testing. Sorry, my headset ran out. Let's find the old man. There he is. Draw your sword, attack him. 263. Sorry, guys. It's got a. I got 314. Yeah, 300. Okay, cool. Alright, we're back on track. On the east wall of the passage, you see another door, guys. So again, see this pattern of... We have this passageway, which had doors on the west side of it, and now we're going up this passageway, which has doors on the east side of it. I might actually start to use paintbrush or something. So another room or a door here. Listening at the door, you hear the sound of tortured screams coming from within. If you wish to try opening the door, turn to 102. If you decide to ignore this room, continue up the corridor. Do I? Let's go in, eh? Curiosity killed the cat. 102. The door is not locked and opens. The room in front of you seems to be a small torture chamber with various torture devices around the wall. In the center of the room, two small hunchback creatures are having their fiendish way with a dwarf who is tied to a hook in the ceiling by his wrists. The two hunchbacks are poking and cutting him viciously with their swords. The dwarf lets out a final scream and falls silent, eyes closed. His captors make disappointed noises and look around angrily at you as if you were at fault that the dwarf has collapsed. You must act quickly. I'm going to fight these assholes. No way. Look at the options. I can either back out the door, run away, I can fight these guys, or I can stride over to the dwarf, give him a jab with my sword and put on an evil laugh. I can pretend I'm one of them. No, I'm going to attack him. Screw that. I've got a skill of 9. What's 19? Who are these? Goblins, right? They've got to be goblins. These two evil creatures are goblins. They attack you one at a time. That's not a problem. The skill's 5. I'm just going to update my map, guys. Torture chamber. Two times a goblin. 2 goblins in there. Nice. Alright, first goblin's got a skill of 5. Let's go. Let's get the attacks happening. Skill of 5 plus 10, not a bad attack. That is 15, a total of 15. I've got a skill of 9 plus 11. Boom. I wound him. He's now down to 3 hits. Another attack. Goblin attacks plus 5 plus 6 is 11. I respond with an attack strength of 17. Again, I wound him again. He's now down to 1 stamina point. He attacks with a 4. That makes an attack strength of 9. Considering my skill is 9, no matter what I roll, I win. So that first goblin is now dead. Second goblin has also got a skill of 5 and a stamina of 6. So let's go. He rolls a 6 plus 5 is 11. I roll a 5 plus 9 is 14. So I wound him. He's now down to 4 stamina points. He rolls a 5 plus his skill of 5 is 10. Oof, close, man. I rolled a 3, which is a weak attack, but with a skill of 9, gives it a attack strength of 12. So I luckily wound him again. He's now down to 2 hit points or stamina points. He rolls a 7 plus the stamina of 5 is 12. I roll a 6, which is attack strength of 15, which is higher. He's dead as well. We killed both goblins. 317. Okay. You cut down the dwarf. He is, as you guessed, dead. Going through the pockets of the 2 goblins, you find a large piece of sweet-smelling cheese. Yes. If you wish to take this with you, put it in your pack and leave the room northwards. Yes. Cheese. Oh, more importantly, let's write it on my backpack. Cheese. Right. Beautiful. We'll go to 303. We continue our way north. You arrive at the end of the passage where it meets another going east-west, but an iron portcullis blocks your way and no amount of charging is going to budge it. On the wall to your right are 2 levers, and it seems likely that these levers have something to do with raising the portcullis. Okay. So we go north. I'm going to get another piece of paper out, I think, for the map. Let's do it here. So we go north, and there's a portcullis. Portcullis. 2 levers. I'm going to pull the right one because that's what the old man told me to do. 128. You hear a deep rumbling noise and the ground begins to shudder. Slowly and noisily, the portcullis rises into the ceiling. You may walk to the junction. Will you turn east or west? Beautiful. 2 levers. Right lever. And it goes up. And there's an east and a west here. I'm going to go east. 58 east. Cautiously, you creep along the passageway. After a short time, it turns sharply to the north. At the corner, there is a bench of solid wood, and above the bench, a sign reads, "Rest ye here, weary traveller. Here you may stop and eat provisions if you wish, or continue." I don't need to stop. I don't trust this place. Updating the map. We're now heading north. I don't want to stop. I don't see the point of stopping. So I'm going to continue. 367. You arrive at another junction in the passageway. If you would like to turn westward, turn to 235. If you wish to go east. Wow, this place is a freaking maze. So now you come up here and there's another east-west junction. I'm going to go east. 323. After a few meters, you reach another 3-way junction. You may either go north or east. Okay, so you go east, north or east. I'm gonna go north, I suppose. Or do I go east? I'm gonna go east. 255. The passageway ends in a sturdy wooden door. If you want to try opening it, turn to 193. If you want to go back to the junction, try another route, turn to 93. Okay, so we've got a door here. I'm going to try and open it. Why not? 193. Oh, what's going on here? The door opens and you enter a small room. Your eyes widen as you look around to see the walls of the room are covered in ornate stonework. You can see the ornate stonework there, if this is indeed the room that we're in. Mosaics and marble inlays give this room a kind of beauty you've never seen before. In a corner of the room is a large metal statue of a one-eyed creature. That's not good. Cyclops. In its single eye is a sparkling jewel. As there appear to be no other ways through the room, you will have to go back to the junction. But that large jewel is very tempting. Will you try to take the jewel? Dudes. I don't need a jewel. Statue with jewel. Do I want to mess with the statue with the jewel? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go back to the junction. 93. I don't know, man. I don't feel good about that one. You arrive back at the junction. This time you turn north. Go to 8. Okay, so we ignored the statue. We went back here, and now we're going north. The passage ahead ends at a sturdy door. You listen but hear nothing. You try the handle and you enter the room. As you look around, you hear a loud cry from behind you and swing around to see a wild man leaping towards you, wielding a large battle axe. He's a mad barbarian with a skill of 7. That's the highest skill. I think the orc chieftain also. So here we have a door with a room and a mad barbarian, of all things. Another human. Skill of 7. Stamina of 6. Alright, let's go, guys. I've got a skill of 9, remember? So he's going to attack first. Holy shiznickles. Double 6s. Plus 7 is 19. Attack strength of 19. Is that right? Yes, it is. 7 plus 12 is 19. Correct. I've got to get 19 and above. And I've got a skill of 9. And I rolled a double 1. That's never happened. Oh, Lord. He smashes me. Wounds me. I'm now down to 16 hit points. God damn this guy. Alright, the mad barbarian strikes again. This time he rolls a 6 plus 7 is 13. I respond with a 5, which is plus 9 is 14. So I just wound him. He's now down to 4 hit points. I've got to remember that. He strikes again with a 6 plus 7, It's 13. I roll again. I roll a 6 as well. Plus 9. 15. I wound him again. He's down to 2 hit points or 2 stamina points. He strikes again. 7 plus 8 is 15. It's not a bad attack. I roll a 3, which is plus 9. 12. He wounds me again, guys. That's 2 wounds the Mad Barbarian's done on me. I'm now down to 14. He's got 2 stamina points left, so let's go. He rolls a 9, another strong attack. That's 16 attack strength in total. Come on. I roll a 9, plus my 9 is 18, so I kill him. Thank God. And I might just eat another provision, and that'll bring my stamina back up to 18. I think you can eat provisions at any time. If you defeat the barbarian, turn to 273. A search of the room reveals nothing of any value, although an old box in the corner contains a wooden mallet and 5 short stumps of wood, sharpened at one end. I'm already thinking that's vampire shit right there. Yes, I'm going to take them. You may take these if you wish, and you can now leave through the door in the northern wall. Oh, okay. So I'm going to take the mallet. Plus five short stumps of wood. Not really stakes, but you can now leave through the door in the northern wall. Okay, so it's saying that there's a door in the northern wall, yeah? So here. Okay, 189. Let's go north, I suppose. Okay. The door opens into a short corridor which ends several meters ahead at another door similar to the one you've just come through. You listen and you hear nothing. You try the handle and it turns, allowing you into another room of a similar size. But this room is splendidly decorated. So that's the room there, which is pimpin'. In the dungeon to see a nice room like this is pretty odd. With a polished marble floor and rough walls painted white. On each of the 4 walls hangs a painting, and there is another door in the north wall. You can go straight through the room, or you may stop to look at the paintings. Okay, so there's another, we went north, and there's another room. Nice room. Paintings. Another door to the north. You can go straight through the room. I might look at the paintings. Surely nothing good will come of looking at paintings in a fighting fantasy book. We'll see. There we go. The paintings are portraits of men. Your spine shivers as you read the nameplate under one of the west wall. It is that of Zagor, the warlock whose treasure you are seeking. Okay, we know his name now. Zagor. You look at his portrait and realize you are pitting yourself against an awesome adversary. You have a feeling that you're being watched and notice the piercing eyes following you as you move. You find yourself drawn towards his portrait and your fears arise. Lose a freaking skill point. Oh my god. What? Do you have the courage to try to combat the Warlock? You may either leave through the northern door straight away, but treat this as an escape, or you may look through your pack for a weapon to use against the Warlock's power? Oh my god, why am I fighting the Warlock? It's just a painting. I don't get it. Anyway, I'll lose a skill point, which is pretty shite. I'm down to 8. This is mysterious, man. I mean, I might push my luck here. I'm going to go and see if I have a weapon that I can use against the Warlock's power. 340. A little bit of bravery. I don't know what that means. I'm looking at a painting. It's looking back at me. It struck fear into my heart. And now I'm going to do what? Right. Okay. You try various items of equipment against the gaze of the painting, but none seem to work. You may try any of the following if you have them. I can slash the painting with my sword. I can hold a jewel up in front of it. That's the jewel from the statue that I didn't get. I can plunge a wooden stake into it or throw cheese at it. I mean, the only thing I can do is try the wooden stake. 2 for 1. I don't think he's a vampire. Or is he? He's a warlock, but what does that mean? I mean, he's got pointy ears. I don't know. His name's Zagor, huh? He's got claws. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm going to try the stake. The stake would be 2. I think it would definitely be the jewel. 241. I bet you this is really going to screw me. As you attack the portrait with the wooden stake, you feel a wrench of pain in your wrist. You are forced by some unseen power to drop the stake. You decide to run and leave through the north door. I'll lose another skill in the ore. Oh my god. The guy's just nerfed my... This painting is just nerfed. I'm back. I'm down to skill of 7. Oh my god, I wish I had a potion of skill. Oh, that really sucks, guys. That hurts. Zagor's painting. Maybe the jewel. I'm gonna draw. Maybe I should have got the jewel. Turn to 90. Oh my god, I just lost 2 skill points. That's insane. You open the door into a narrow passage and follow it northward. Some meters up the passageway, it turns to the east, and then it turns to the north. So it goes like this, dog's legs to the east, and then goes to the north. However, at the second bend, there is a small alcove in the rock. It seems a convenient hiding place, and a large lock forms a comfortable seat. You may stop here and eat provisions if you wish. When you have rested, continue northwards. Do I need to eat provisions? No, I'm good. My stamina is good. It's my skill that just got nerfed. 253. Bloody Zagor. At least we know his name. The passageway ends in another wooden door, this time a small one with a carved bone handle. You listen but hear nothing coming from inside. You try the handle and the door opens into a pear-shaped room with a rough stone floor, making walking across it somewhat awkward. In one corner of the room is a pile of rubble, mainly stones and dust, but there's also two odd-shaped pieces of wood and a length of rope. A door in the north wall leads on. A pear-shaped room. So we go north, we hit a door, a pear-shaped room like this. Is that a pear-shaped room? And then there's another door in the north. Okay, I'm going to study the bits of wood. 328. Odd bits is... I don't know what an odd bit of wood is. Both pieces of the wood are Y-shaped and smooth as if washed up from a river. You may put these in your pack and then either leave through the north door or stay and examine the rope. If you take the pieces of wood, you must leave behind one item from your pack. Y-shaped and smooth. Is there anything in my pack? I'm down to 4 stumps because I dropped a stump. Just thinking, what? I might leave these here. I'm going to examine the rope. 125. Rope sounds a bit more useful. Although, 125. You pick up the rope. It looks normal. In fact, it looks as if you might be quite useful. You open your pack to put it in. Suddenly it comes alive in your fingers, snakes quickly up your arm, and attempts to wrap itself around your neck. You struggle to cut the rope with your sword before its grip tightens. Test your luck. If you are lucky, you cut the rope and it drops to the ground. If you are not, the rope tightens and you lose a stamina point. You must test your luck again to try the rope. And keep trying until... Oh my god. I'm in a death spiral. Oh my god. Cursed rope. Don't touch. Jeez. Oh, this is not good, guys. This could kill me. My luck. So every time you test your luck, you have to reduce it by 1. My luck is 8. If I don't get less than 8 now, I'm screwed. Yes! Oh my god. I rolled a 4, which is less than 8. I reduced my luck still, nonetheless, down to 7, but I'm lucky. Okay, wow, that was lucky, man. That could have been bad. That is deadly, that thing. Oh, let's get through that room. The passage ahead leads you northwards. The rocky floor becomes sandy until eventually you're walking on a sort of coarse sand. You notice the passage is widening and ahead of you can hear a flowing river. You continue until you find yourself in a large cavern through which a river flows. Nice, we got to the Riverman. So, north, and then Large cavern with a river. River. Large cavern. River. Nice. 218. You're on the south bank of an underground river facing across its black depths. There appear to be 4 ways of crossing. To your left, a rusted bell bears sign, Ferry services 2 gold pieces, please ring. There is a small raft in front of you on the bank with a long resting stick beside it. You can punt across the river. A rickety old bridge crosses on the right, as you can see. There's the bridge in the dark cavern. There's the bell. A rickety old bridge crosses on the right. If you don't trust any of these, you may swim. Yeah, baby, let's swim across the pitch black underground deadly river. No, I'm going to ring the bell and be respectful and pay the guy. I think we just were warned to respect the ferryman. 3. The bell gives a dull clang, and after a few moments you see a withered old man climb into a small rowing boat moored on the northern bank. He rows slowly across to you, moors the boat, and limps towards you. He asks you for 3 gold pieces. When you protest at the price, he mumbles some flimsy excuse about inflation. He begins to get angry at your protestations. Do you pay him 3 or threaten him? No, hell yeah, we pay him 3 gold pieces, 100%. Respect them, pay him the money, let's go. 272. No picture of him. He calms down, takes the gold, deduct this from your gold, and rows you across the northern bank. After mooring the boat, he ambles off down a passageway. Nice. So we lose 3 gold, which is fine. See, getting that box, we're now down to 23 gold pieces. Getting that box of gold in the Orc Chieftain's room here was crucial, because we wouldn't have been able to afford it otherwise. So, yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah. Okay. Turn to 7. Alright, we're across the river on the northern side. That was easy, considering we had gold, I suppose. Back to 7. You're on the north bank of a fast-flowing river in a large underground cavern. Cool. Turn to 214. That didn't do much for me. Facing northward, the rock face is smooth and glistening with moisture. Moss of many different hues grow on the surface. There is an eerie silence punctuated only by the splashings of the river as it flows behind you. You've got 3 options. A passage runs off to the northwest if you take this route. A large timber door is directly in front of you in the middle of the rock face if you open the door. Another passage runs out along the river eastward to follow this along the riverbank. Okay, so looks like I'll have to. So there's a door. There's passageway going northwest, and there's a passageway going east. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm going to open the door. Open the door. I hope I'm not fighting anything. Because my skill. I would love a potion of stamina would be nice. You find yourself in a short, narrow passageway with the door ahead to the north. Oh, okay. Is that right? Yep, 104. Alright. Looks like we're going north. Turn to 49. I thought it was going to be a room. The door squeaks open on... Okay, so we need to draw this out, guys. I need... So this is map number 2. Map number 1. So map number 3. I'm going to draw the river. The cavern. Again. So we had a door. We had a northwest, and we had a east. So this one went to another door. The door squeaks open on rusty hinges. The door is dark and your eye begins to adjust themselves as you close the door behind you. You hear a shuffling in the room, but before you can react, a blow to your head knocks you senseless. Lose 2 stamina points. Well, shit. I don't know what's in here. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm going to draw a little skull. Knocked out. 122. I'm someone's prisoner. Probably. Oh Lord. Look at that. Not good. 1, 2, 3, 4 men or zombies? I can't tell. You awake with a throbbing head and look around. The room is about 8 meters square with doors to the north and south. You've been dumped in the southwest corner. Standing motionless in the center of the room are 4 men. At least they appear to be men. Their skin is a greeny grey color. Their clothes are tattered and torn, and they are all staring vacantly in the ceiling. One carries a club, one a scythe, one an axe, and one a pick. Oh, that's a pick. That's a sword. Scythe. I think this guy's carrying an axe. They're ignoring you completely. Around the room are various peasant-style weapons, pitchforks, axe handles, pointed sticks, etc. 1 or 2 shields and several barrels. In the northeast corner is a human corpse with a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. You move your hand up to your head to feel for signs of blood, and you're relieved to find you're not bleeding. But as your hand moves, the strange creatures in the center turn their eyes down towards you. Do you try to talk to them? Jump to your feet and charge them with your sword. Scramble for an exit through the south door, which I think will take me back to the river. These guys are guarding this place. Try to talk to them? I don't think that's going to work. Is it going to work? Last time I tried to talk, it worked. They don't look like they're talkative guys. 268. Let's talk. This is stupid. This is stupid. Their vocabulary is limited to a series of moans and groans. They appear not to be intelligent at all. Furthermore, your conversation merely serves to attract their attention to you. They grip their weapons and look as though you will have to fight them. However, there is a slim chance that you can make it to the door you came through. If you want to try for the door, turn to 13. I can't fight. My stamina's just been nerfed. There's 4 of them. This could be the end. So I'm going to escape. 13. This should take me down, hopefully back down to the... Your head hurts and you feel dizzy as you rise to your feet. The 4 men stir into action and move towards you in a single file with their weapons ready. You grope your way down the wall for the south door, but it will be touch and go whether you make it. Your foot slips on a loose pedal and you fall to the ground. Before you can regain your footing, the creatures are upon you. God damn it. Oh no. The 4 creatures shuffling towards you are mindless zombies. Their vacant eyes suggest that their actions are controlled by a will which is not their own. You are still too dizzy to think properly, but you must act quickly. The first zombie reaches you and prepares to swing his club. You must fight him. Skill 7, stamina 6. He's got the same skill as me, this guy. I'm screwed. I gotta hit him 3 times. Alright, I gotta just roll higher than this guy. I've got the same skill. This really sucks. He rolled a 10. I rolled a 9. So, essentially he wounded me. I'm down to 14. If I survive this will be a miracle, guys. This could be the end. Killed by 4 freaking zombies. He rolls. He rolled a 7. I rolled a 5. Again. Wounds me again. He rolls a 10, of course. I roll a 7. He wounds me again. He rolls a 4. I roll a 10. I wound him. He is now down to... I'll just keep it here. He's down to 4 hits. He rolls an 8. I'm fighting for my life now. I roll a 7. God damn it. What a way to go. All because of the painting. The painting nerfed my skill. He rolls a 7. I roll a 7, which is a draw. So he rolls again. He rolls a 10. Of course he does. And I roll a 4. He wounds me again. I got 6 stamina points left. This is going to be the end, guys. He rolls a 5. I roll a 5, which is a draw. So nothing happens. He rolls a 7. I roll a 12. Yes. He's down to 2 hit points. He rolled a 6. I need to roll 6 or higher, please. Come on. 7. I killed him. Now, for some reason, if you defeat that first zombie, you get 2 skill points. Oh, 2 luck points, which is good. I'm back up to 8. But it's not looking good. I've got one more skill. All of these guys have a skill of 6. I've got a skill of 7. It's not going to be good, guys. This is zombie number 2 with the scythe. He's got a stamina of 6. I'll just track it here. And he's got a skill of 6. He rolled a double 1. Yay. That's a start. That's a start. 2 hit points. He's down to 4. I have the slightest of advantages. Oh, he rolled a 4. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. He rolled a 4 and I still end up getting damaged. Unbelievable. He rolls a 9. I've got to roll an 8 and above essentially, and I don't. I'm now down to I'm down to 2 hit points. The 4 freaking zombies overwhelm me. This is it. He rolled an 8. This is it, guys. Do or die. Will monster die in the room of the 4 zombies? Oh, double 6. Nice. Brings him down to 2 hits. My God. He rolls a 8. I've got to roll a 7 or higher. 7. That's a draw. So nothing happens. He rolls a 6. So I've got to roll a 5 or higher. 7. Nice. At least we're going out swinging, huh? We've killed the second zombie with the scythe. Now we got the zombie with the pick, who's also got 6 hit points. And a skill of 6. He rolled a 10. This is it, guys. I feel like this is... I rolled a 9, which is a draw. Oh my God. He rolled a 9. I got to roll 8 and higher. That's still... That's it. Dead, guys. Dead. Killed by the zombies. That's the end of Monster's playthrough to the second playthrough of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Wow. I mean, we mapped a significantly larger area of the dungeon, of the mountain. Seeing the painting in that room, Zagor's painting, and me getting nerfed, being struck by fear. Do not look at the paintings. Or there was an option to use the jewel against the painting. I don't know if that would have worked, but I'm going to try that next time. I'm going to go here, go for the jewel, and then use it against this thing. Maybe. But anyway, that painting reduced my skill by 2 points, which is huge. Reducing your skill by 1 point is huge. But 2 points, which weakened my character, and then, you know, zombies just killed me, guys. But at least we got across the river. We know where to go to get the money to cross the river and all that sort of stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, guys, it looks like we're going to have another attempt. I hope you enjoyed the stream. This was attempt number 2 at the Warlock at Firetop Mountain. Now we know his name. His name is Zagor. And until next time, guys, peace out, take care, and bye for now. Toodaloo, my friends. Toodaloo.